I found the apartment on short notice. It was cheap, fully furnished, and in a decent neighborhood. Too good to be true. But when you're broke and desperate, you don't ask too many questions. The landlord was eager to get me in. No long application process, no credit check. Just a handshake, a set of keys, and one offhand comment as he left. "Don't move the mirror." At first, I barely noticed it. The mirror was old, full length, and bolted to the wall in the bedroom. The frame was an intricate swirl of black metal, and the glass had that slightly warped look, like it belonged in an antique shop. It seemed out of place in the otherwise modern apartment, but I wasn't about to argue over decor. The first night I slept fine. The second night I noticed something strange. I had just finished brushing my teeth when I glanced at the mirror on my closet door. The bedroom mirror was reflected in it, but something was off. In my reflection, the bolted mirror looked darker, like the glass was thicker, absorbing the light instead of reflecting it. I turned to look at it directly, but it seemed normal. Maybe I was just imagining things. By the third night, I knew I wasn't imagining anything. I woke up around 3 a.m., uneasy, like something had yanked me out of sleep. The room was quiet except for the hum of the fridge from the kitchen. I turned over, facing the mirror. There was someone in it. Not my reflection, someone else. They stood just inside the frame, in the exact spot where my reflection should have been. Tall, thin, wearing dark clothes. Their face was wrong, blurred, like a smudged painting. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Then, slowly, the figure tilted its head. My paralysis broke. I fumbled for the lamp, knocking over my water bottle in the process. Light flooded the room. The mirror was empty. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. The next morning, I convinced myself it had been a dream, sleep paralysis, a trick of the dark. I almost managed to believe it. Almost. Until I checked my phone. There was a new photo in my camera roll, taken at 3:02 a.m. It was a picture of me, asleep, and in the reflection of the mirror, the figure was standing over my bed. I got out of there so fast I barely remembered to grab my wallet. I spent the day in a coffee shop trying to figure out what to do. I didn't know how to explain it to anyone. "Hey, my mirror is haunted. Can I crash on your couch?" Didn't exactly sound sane. By evening, exhaustion won over fear. I told myself I'd spend one more night, just enough time to grab my stuff and find somewhere else. I'd sleep with all the lights on. I wouldn't look at the mirror. I should have just left. I woke up in total darkness. My bedside lamp was off. My phone was dead. The air felt thick, heavy, pressing down on me like I was being watched. I turned toward the mirror. The figure was there, but this time it wasn't just standing inside the mirror. It was stepping out. One long, pale hand gripped the edge of the frame, then another. A leg emerged, movements slow and deliberate, like something unused to a body. I tried to scream, to move, to do anything. But I was frozen in place, suffocating under a weight I couldn't see. The figure pulled itself free from the glass, unfolding to its full, unnatural height. Its blurred face sharpened, forming features that shouldn't exist, that shouldn't belong to me. It was me, but not. A twisted, hollow version, eyes too dark, mouth stretched too wide, movements too smooth, like a puppet without strings. It smiled, and then it spoke. "Your turn." The last thing I remember is its hands reaching for me. I woke up to sunlight streaming through the window. My phone buzzed on the nightstand, fully charged. The room was exactly as it had been when I first moved in. The mirror was still bolted to the wall. But something was wrong. Everything felt too perfect. The sheets were crisp, my clothes were neatly folded. Even the water bottle I knocked over was standing upright, like someone had reset the scene. like I was in its place now. I stumbled to the bathroom and turned on the sink, splashed cold water on my face, looked up at the mirror, and that's when I knew. The reflection wasn't mine. My mouth opened, but the reflection didn't move. It just stared, unblinking, studying me. A sickening realization crept in. I wasn't looking at a mirror anymore. I was looking through a window. And on the other side, my reflection, or whatever had taken my place, tilted its head, just like the figure had done before. It smiled again, lips curling wider than should have been possible. Then it turned and walked away, out of the bathroom, out into my apartment, out into my life. I slammed my fists against the glass, screaming, but no sound came out. The world beyond the mirror moved forward as if nothing had happened. My body, no, its body, moved through the apartment, picking up my keys, my phone, adjusting my jacket in the mirror by the door before heading outside. I was trapped. Days passed. I don't know how long exactly. Time feels different here. My reflection never came back. The world behind the mirror never changed. I screamed until my throat was raw, pounded on the glass until my hands bled. No one heard me. And then, finally, the door to the apartment opened. Someone new stepped inside. They looked around, hesitant. I saw the moment their eyes landed on the mirror, the way their face scrunched up in mild confusion. The landlord's voice echoed faintly from the hallway. "Oh yeah, one thing, don't move the mirror." And then, slowly, the person stepped closer, closer, until they were standing right in front of me, until their hand reached up and touched the glass.